The UN's peacekeeping chief, Jean-Pierre Lacroix, has restated the UN support to South Sudan as long as the East African nation is doing its best to fully implement the terms of the 2018 peace agreement and hold its several times delayed elections by November 2026. He said it is critical to emphasize the message of that UN commitment when the country is doing its best to fully implement the revitalized peace agreement and hold its first elections. He said this at a press conference in the capital Juba, held just 2 days after the latest extension to the transitional period took effect.
As all of you know, the latest extension commenced on the 22nd of February, just a few days ago, and we felt it's critical to emphasize the message of that UN commitment when the country is doing its best to fully implement the revitalized peace agreement and hold its first elections that are due to be happening by November 2026. There is also the impact of the Sudanese conflict on South Sudan, both in terms of the number of IDPs, the number of refugees, returnees, the impact on the economy, the potential impact on security in South Sudan. So obviously the conflict in South Sudan is adding to the already existing domestic challenges of South Sudan. We have to take that into account. The situation in South Sudan is part of simultaneous crises across the world, and these multiple crises, as you know, unfortunately have led to considerable pressure on the international community when it comes to humanitarian assistance, and particularly on funding. So, simply put, there are too many people in need and too few resources available. Our main contributors have constrained on their public finances.
Lacroix also said that the UN finances are increasingly tight, adding that there are too many people in need and too few resources available.